Shalom Makim. This is Ibad Bun Shal, YAHAWAH, Shal, Yasha'Allah, and I'm here with the brother Kanakala. And we know we from GMS Temple 07, the main camp, and GMS where that's what Kanakala mainly put most of his videos up on. And that's what actually the channel me and Kanakala, we started doing the work in, 2013? 2012?
The first video was like 2012, 2013.
Yeah, in the springtime.
Kind of 2013 in March.
2013 in March, exactly. And my page is GMS Ibad. But this is a testimony about what happened when me and this brother was doing the work when it was just us two. There was an incident where we was doing the work. We call it in the lion's den because we first started going out. There was numerous demons always around. And you had this Edomite, he was drunk, talking trash. Esau had a little size on him too, you know what I'm saying? But we just kept staying in the spirit. Yeah, I mean, he was literally like being a demon, bro. Like he was ranting and talking trash and pissed off about the signs and shit, whatever the case may be. And as he was doing it, he was talking a lot of shit, like me, nigga this, all that kind of reckless, whoopie whoop, so to say.
And this is what, maybe our third or fourth time going out?
Yeah, this is we just started. Yeah, this is probably like our fourth time.
Third or fourth week going out.
Yep, just coming out, So this is fresh. So as time was going on, we was out there preaching. We noticed is that it was a gathering of people. But if you would have saw it with a spiritual eye, you saw like they were mainly, Jake on this side, and they were mainly Edomites on the other side. Because while he's up there ranting and raving and being a demon, we still bringing out precepts, and we using what he's saying as edification, as bringing out precepts. And to make a long story short, you know what I'm saying, you got Jake on the side talking trash, saying like saying, yeah, you right, that's right, this and that. And you got Edomites, they just on the sideline laughing, joking, because Esau over there fucking with the signs and trying to, hurt us. But Esau laughing, our people over there, they getting a little vexed. So then Esau, he trying to come at me, you know what I'm saying? And when he came at me, it's like well, we standing right here, like where we were standing at with a bench at. It's like it elevates, the ground elevates. And so when he charged me, I fell back and I was on my back. He tried to get on top of me, and I knew some other Jakes that was in the crowd too. Jake came up, tried to grab him, some bum ass Edomite.
I tried to grab.
He tried to grab the dude that was on me.
I ended up in the headlock.
Yeah, he ended up in the headlock, and the Jake I knew had put the Edomite in the headlock. See, you didn't know that part. But so that happened. While they had him in it. But long story short, it kind of broke up with them, so we just kind of left it where it was. Everybody was like, it was some older Judahite women that was like, y'all just keep preaching, you know what I'm saying, like that. Whatever the case may be. So then, second time, so I ain't really care about it. He kind of kicked one of the signs, whatever. I ain't pay no mind to it. But when he kicked the slavery sign, for some reason, I just got vexed. I got real mad. So I kind of ran up on him a little bit, and I threw my setup, and Esau was trying to tussle with me, but I just kind of swooped him, and I threw Esau on the ground. Reminds you, Esau got a little size on him. And all I remember that I had my hands in his neck, and he was turning red as a beet. And I kind of went blank. Everybody kept saying stop. I heard that. But the only voice that made me stop was when the brother Kanakala told me, man, I just stopped. I heard a lot of people saying stop, but I recognized his voice, so that's when I stopped. And remind you, the same Edomites that was laughing and trying to record us, those were the same Edomites who ended up calling the police. I kid you not, man. And not within what, two minutes? Esau came all over. You would have thought it was a drug bust. You would have thought it was a drug raid. You had FBI, because they had the unmarked cars. Yeah. You had narcs. You had all of them. They came up asking questions. What happened? Esau trying to usurp his authority, abuse it on us and everything. The brother asking him, what's this? What is this, martial law? You had a Moabite cop. He there laughing when he said that. Whatever the case may be. So Esau, he come up. But mind you, now you got this drunk ass Edomite. You could tell he a bump, whatever you want to say. He on the ground, but they come and they arrest me, and then they arrest him, and they end up taking our camera. And our camera had the microchip in it, the SD card in it. So to say,
what actually
what went down. So make a long story short, I'm in the paddy wagon, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's that ride, and it remind me of how they gonna, right now, remind me how they gonna round everybody up and have you in the paddy wagons. On them hard ass seats. I had to go through booking and all that bullshit, whatever the case may be. And the whole time I was in the car, I'm thinking to myself, like, I gotta go to work tomorrow. I was not even afraid about getting locked up. I wasn't afraid about being persecuted, because my whole point was I gotta go to work tomorrow, and because I had to drop this Edomite, I may not go. That's all I was worried about. I wasn't even concerned about, what may happen to me, man. Because I'm doing the work of the Lord. That's how I felt at that moment. Make a long story short, going through the process, I was there for probably 6-7 hours, man. And when you sitting there and waiting, they're looking at you like you already a criminal, an inmate. So then I go to the East, I finally ask me how long I'm gonna be in here. I'm like, I'm in here because of that dude right there. And then when he looked over and seen the dude, he like, oh, you were here because of him? And I didn't even tell him what happened. He just looked my name up and said, okay, I'm gonna let you out on R&R, but you have to promise that you're gonna show up to court. I said, okay, that's cool. Now this is the point. So I get released on R&R. Now I've got pulled over by police, maybe 2 or 3 times ever since then because of my insurance with my car before. Now remind you, I never got any mail saying I had to show up to court. But remember, they got the chip. I'm going to start saying the SD card, the memory card with the incident that happened. I never got anything in the mail when I was pulled over by police and they ran my name. I never had a warrant out. So that goes to show you that they know who we are. They have the card. But I seen it as the Most High was testing me. And he tested his brother too. So this brother came out there and picked me up and everything in my car. The same car that I was driving. They had no license. The transmission used to slip. It was canary yellow, Infinity I-30 with limo tint on it. This brother came way out to the sheriff office to pick me up in that car, taking a chance, and the brother picked me up and we went home. And the very next day, and that very next week, what we did, we went out and did the word. And the first thing we heard from one of the homeless people there, that was like, "Is y'all out here to start? What they say? They say y'all not gonna fight me. Y'all ain't gonna beat nobody up today, is you?" We said we ain't out here for that. We said we gonna defend ourselves if it comes to it. So ever since then, people knew, that even though we carrying Bibles and we out here preaching the word, that we ain't no punks. We ain't no we not no Jehovah wickedness. You know what I mean? We not no Mormons. And so that's basically a testimony of the incident I had to go through when I first started coming into the truth. And this brother was a part of it too, because he was there with me. They could have arrested both of us, but they just arrested me, And ever since then, I just, really realizing that the words inside the Bible are true. These words can actually be a part of our everyday life. And I'll bring out one precept real quick, because this is kind of how I felt as time went on. This is Acts chapter 5, verse 38. And now I say unto you, refrain from these men and let them alone. For if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught. So, I got locked up, and people probably think, they ain't going to be out here no more. We came out the very next week, and we've been going hard ever since then, And now we got both brothers with us preaching the word. We go under the band of GMS Temple 07, but we started GMS Ride, and I have my own page, GMS I Buy. All right? Now this is verse 39. But if it be of God, the Most High, you cannot overthrow it. Lest happily you be found even to fight against the Most High. And we are part of the body of YAHAWAHSHI. So with that being, because YAHAWAHSHI said him and the Father are one, and he also said that we are one with them. So you fighting against the Most High when you come up against the men of the Lord. And to him they agreed. And when they had called the apostles and beaten them, they commanded that they should not speak in the name of YAHAWAHSHI and let them go. And they departed from the presence of the council, rejoicing that they were counted worthy to suffer shame for his name. And that's what happened at that day. I wouldn't say that I was ashamed to do the word, but someone would be like embarrassed or so to say. I knew I was getting locked up. I knew. This is my whole point in my mind. I'm thinking like, all me and his brother was doing was out here with posters and Bibles, and now I'm locked up. I said, so we gotta be the men of the Lord. That's how I took it, And, verse 42, and daily in the temple and in every house they cease not to teach and preach YAHAWAHSHI. And that was the point. We didn't cease to teach, we kept preaching, we kept going on. So that right there made me really believe and understand that the words that we speak in are spiritual. Like, this is not just us coming up with a gimmick. This is not us just picking up the Bible trying to become a part of the trend. We actually believe that we are those apostles, we are those prophets.
Satan.
Yeah, that's Satan, man. Cause they could this big part. They could be anywhere.
They got Satan. Yeah, they got
That's
Satan.
all. Anyways, though. So this brother got a precept you want to bring up?
Yeah. And my whole outlook on the thing was, like the brother said, he got into a tussle or whatever. The brother got locked up, but then the brother got delivered that same night. All right. And then while he was sitting in the car, the Most High put the spirit on those Edomites to actually And you know, it was another Edomite out there that went up to the officer and was like, "Officer, what they're doing is racist. It's racist." All right, so it got the officer already looking at me like I'm some kind of racist bigot or whatever. But the Most High still put the spirit on that officer. He said, "Put all your stuff put all your posters in the car." I put the posters in the back of the police cruiser. I put the camera in the back of the police cruiser, and he actually dropped me off and took me to the car. To where later on I went and picked up the brother I bought. So you didn't see that because you was in the car.
Yeah.
He actually let me put, because the Jakes, it was a Jake that took you to a Jake and another Edomite that took you to the compound, so to say. And I was like, "Hey, you know, can you guys help me? You know." He's like, "Nah, we can't. Yeah, we can't do that. You know, something." But the Most High put the you know, the spirit on that Edomite to actually take me to drop me off and go get the car or whatever. So long story short, you know, the brother, you know, was delivered the same night. I called the police department or whatnot, and I was like, you know, I asked the brother name or whatever, and they was like, "Yeah, well, he's out." You know what I mean? So shoot, I started driving up there. All right, now the brother tag isn't right. You know, the brother's car wasn't legit at all. But Most High had it to where, I was able to drive up there, and I didn't have a license at the time either.
I know that.
And I drove up there, and you know, I wasn't stopped. I mean, we going right in the middle of Police Central there. You know, right in front of 49th Street. I wasn't stopped or pulled over or anything. You know what I mean? The brother came walking out. And the brother was delivered the same night. Now, with that being said, like the brother said, there was never a court date. All right. They did ask us for our names at the time. That's why I texted the brother, which he already knows. I was like, "Hey man, you know they got a foul on us downtown at the police department because they took that memory card of what happened. They took down our names, and they got a foul on us. They know who we are." So when this shit pop off, man, they already know us. You know what I mean? And they got videos of us out there doing that.
Now with that being said too, this goes to show you that we know that, but we're still going out doing the work. A lot of brothers don't understand that when you put your hand to the plow, that's you have to count the cost. You really got to count the cost. People take this lightly. You got some people that actually, you know, they think because they don't have the knowledge of the Most High that the Most High is really dealing with them and that they're invincible. You're not invincible, man. You are not invincible. We need YAHAWAHSHI, YAHAWAHSHI, and you have to be meek and humble at the same time. And ever since then, that's what we have been. So what happened after the incident? After the incident, my car blew up. Remember, I blew up my car. The gasket broke on my car. We still did the work that same day. Then we started catching the bus to do the work. And then, bro, we went through all kinds of tribulations. We still kept going on.
Like,
you know,
Paul, he was car wrecked and shit.
Shipwreck. We kept going.
You gotta keep going.
Kept going.
It's Sirach 33 verse 1. There shall no evil happen unto him. It's like unto him that feareth the Lord, but in temptation, even again, he will deliver him. All right. So yeah, the evil might come, but the Most High is going to deliver you through it, and that's the whole point. That the brother brought out the testimony, and it was an honor for the brother to have me here, even though he was the one that got locked up. You know what I mean? I was there with him because we both were doing the word. Just us two. But hey, it's a testimony.
It could have went either way.
But with that,
we will give all praises to YAHAWAHSHI, YAHAWAHSHI.
Double honors to Elder Apostle Great Millstone. Salutations to you sincere laborers out there pushing the truth.
Sincere.
And shalom to you, you few sisters, daughters of Zion out there watching the videos as well.
Shalom.